Hello and welcome back. First things first, everyone just breathe. Just breathe. We finally did it. We made it to the end of the World Cup and you might already know who the winner is, but if you don't, where have you been? Well, today's dish might just give you a little bit of a hint as to who won the tournament. As today, we're cooking paella. Right, I'm going to kind of skim over the semis, but if you didn't know, Spain absolutely scored France to make it through to the final, and England. They were dumped out by Argentina, who made it through to the final. So we're going to go a bit Latin for this. And what you're going to need is, if you've got one, big old paella dish. Now, if you don't have a paella dish, you can maybe just get a big pan. That is something similar to this. We're also going to need onions, chicken, smoked paprika, and some chopped tomatoes, or you can grate a tomato if you want. I don't know, it's up to you if you want to get all mushy and gushy. You're going to also need some extra virgin olive oil. That's it. You're going to need some extra virgin olive oil. That was a bit of a mouthful. And you can also get some seafood in there if you want. I'm not going to today. Maybe I will do in the future, but today I'm just going to keep it simple, go with chicken. I'm also not going to use chorizo because I've heard on the grapevine that the Spaniards don't appreciate chorizo in a paella. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Also your rice, short grain rice, and saffron. Now I tried to find saffron. I went on a scavenger hunt through many different supermarkets and I just couldn't find it. And you're also going to need some lemons to squeeze over the top of it just to give it that zesty, zingy taste. And you can add some parsley as well if you want. But that's pretty much it. So let's get cooking. So what we're going to start off with is the chicken. You can see I've already diced it up. Now what I'm going to add is some salt and some pepper in these new fancy salt and pepper shaker things. Just a bit of pepper, bit of salt, and then some paprika. I'm gonna add a little bit of smoked paprika to the chicken to just marinate it a little bit to give it a bit more flavor. Just a bit like that, that's enough there. And then what we're gonna do is just get in there and just start mixing it all up. Okay, now that the chicken is all chopped up, you can see there, and marinated, it's now time to move on to the veggies. So once the veggies were done, it was time to put the pan on the cooker and add some extra virgin olive oil. Got it that time. So we can sear off the chicken. Now, you don't want to cook the chicken completely, you just got to sear it off. But you know who else got cooked? France. Whoa! And yes, we are going to talk about the most important game of the World Cup, the third place playoff. Where was this performance against Argentina, Thomas? Well, England stormed into a four goal lead into half time. Now surely they could see this out. But General Mbappe had his eye on the golden boot. He gets two, Barcola gets one. And just when you think it was going to be the comebacks of all comebacks, England get a pen, Saka gets his hat-trick, France then score again, and then good old Jude Bellingham caps off his tournament with another goal, making him, I believe, the English player with the most goals scored at one tournament. So now the chicken is done, what I'm going to do is just add in a little bit more oil. Probably that's about enough because I've still got the oil from the chicken. And what we're going to do is add in the onions. Just turn down the heat a little bit because that's hot and it keeps splashing back at me. Just gonna add in the onions. Ooh, sneaky little pepper just got in there. And we're just gonna cook them off until they're nice and white. And then when the onions are cooking off, I'm just gonna add in the peppers that we cut up. You're supposed to also add in some green beans, but I completely forgot them. So this is where you would add the green beans in. I'm just gonna add the peppers in. Just let that all cook off. Then what we're gonna do is just add in our chopped tomatoes. So this is where you would add in the tomato. Let me open it. Now I'm not gonna use the whole can, I'm just gonna use a bit of it. I think that's about enough. Just a little bit more. What I do is just add in a bit more pepper and just some salt as well. And then some more smoked paprika. Just a bit more. Not a lot. Now that it's all cooking off, what I'm going to do is just add the chicken back in. Just gradually put that back in there so that can all cook off together. Just space it out nice and lovely, mix it all together. Then I'm going to add the bit of greens that I did manage to remember, which is some peas. So just pour some peas in. Now it is time for the rice. Now, someone told me to spread the rice out like this in like a cross section so that it goes out evenly. Now you've got to add about 300 grams, and then when you have stirred in the rice a little bit, it is time to add the chicken stock. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slowly pour it in, just so that it's covering it just enough. And then you just got to let that cook uncovered for about 15 minutes or so. Paella, paella. Okay, so while that's cooking, let's finally talk about the final. Say less about the opening ceremony, I could just do without it. It even delayed kickoff. But when we did get to kick off, there's not much I can really say apart from Spain completely dominated the game. Yamal had an early chance, but it was saved by Emi Martinez. I mean, Argentina didn't even have a shot in the first half. And that halftime show was just strange. Like, I've seen Super Bowl ones before and they're pretty cool, but this one just seemed like a mashup of so many different things. To quote Wayne Rooney, it was crap. So were Argentina going to improve in the second half? Short answer, no. It was all Spain again. And then Enzo Fernandez gets a yellow card for dissent towards the referee. And just 10 minutes later, let's say a rush of blood or a complete head loss, he makes a crazy tackle and gets sent off. I would have said it changed the game, but I don't think it did. Argentina managed to hang on for extra time, but then the ball was crossed into the box and Nico Williams headed it back into the path of Ferran Torres, who thundered it home. Spain win 1-0, and then more head loss with Paredes at the end of the game, full time, punching people and pushing people. Just not what you want to see. But what people do want to see is those scenes of celebration, seeing the Spanish team lift their second World Cup. After 15 minutes, turn the heat off and cover the pan with a cloth or some foil and just let it steam cook for another 10 minutes or so. Once it's done, it's time to uncover and see it in all of its glory. So this has been my take on a paella inspired by Spain and their victory in the World Cup, and of course their absolute youngster superstar Lamine Yamal. Who knows where he can go? Can he eclipse Messi? Maybe, who knows? We're gonna have to find out in the future. But it's been a wild few weeks. Well, nearly 2 months, 6 weeks. Long time, a lot of football, a lot of food. But I hope you enjoyed the last few videos. I hope you enjoyed this video. The next episode of Grub and Goals is hopefully going to be coming out for the start of the Premier League season. So we've still got so much more football to talk about, so many dishes to try. Like I've said before, let me know what you think I should do. But for now, this has been Grub and Goals, and I'll see you in the next one.